Greg Hennis alongside Steve Silverio, and welcome back. Happy 2022. The Auto Outlet of PA, 1515 Bristol Pike, right here in the heart of Bensalem. And Steve, what do you say to that?
Philadelphia, let's just do the deal.
Whether you're in Philadelphia, whether you're in Delaware, whether you're in New Jersey, the Lehigh Valley, no matter where you are, this is the place to come. And Steve, I got to tell you, first of all, we announced it in December. It was big. You've returned. You've brought in a crew to the Auto Outlet of PA, and I know from talking to you and talking to your staff that the end of the year was absolutely fantastic here at the Auto Outlet of PA, and that has sprung into the new year. Things are really rocking and rolling here, aren't they?
Well, the first thing, thank you for the 2021 that we had. It was huge, and I appreciate your business in 2 to 3 of my stores. I'm back at the Auto Outlet of PA. I've revamped the whole store. I've got over 100 and something cars in stock. I believe the last count this morning I had 149 when I looked at the website.
It's jammed here. I've never seen it like this. Never seen it like this.
There's not enough room for the cameraman, me and you. Okay, but we got cars for 2022. I've went out and purchased cars all over the country, everywhere I could, for as little as possible, because I know what's important to you, the customer. Little money down as possible when you buy a car, getting you out of the old car you're in no matter how much you owe, and having a low monthly payment starting for 2022.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe I can make all those dreams come true here at Auto Outlet of PA on 1515 Bristol Pike in the beautiful city of Bensalem, Pennsylvania, which is 5 minutes up the road is Northeast Philly.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Camden. You've got Trenton just over the bridges.
Philadelphia Mills Mall right around the corner? Franklin Mills Mall, really.
Yeah, the old Franklin Mills Mall. What are they called now?
Philadelphia Mills. Everybody knows the Franklin Mills.
Yeah, when you get a little older, to me, it's the old Franklin Mills Mall. But we're right up the street from that. Franklin Mills or Philadelphia Mall, however you want to look at it. We're around everywhere. We're right off the highways. We're 45 minutes from Wilmington, Delaware. Hour from Lehigh Valley, Allentown. Had a customer here last week from Allentown, seen the show in December. Came out, him and his beautiful wife and his kids. Bought 2 cars.
Hey.
One for the wife, one for him.
Hey.
I
know you love that.
I'm telling you, do love it. We had a superb December to remember, I'm going to tell you, and I thought we'd just kick it right back off in January. It's now the last week of the month of January. The weather's been good up until I heard there might be some snow coming in the next few days, but it's not going to stop us from selling any cars. I've got hot chocolate, I've got coffee, I've got drinks. The soft drinks.
And the banks.
And the banks, which is the most important, all right? I've got banks, all right? I've got people that want to lend money. There's deals being made now all over with banks' flexibility on trying to lend cash. The money can't stay at the bank. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Banks want to lend money. It's all in what dealer you go to see, on how that dealer, his relationship with the bank, how many cars he's got, what price his cars are. The banks are very conscious today of what we're selling stuff for. They're not going to allow us to sell stuff for $4,000 and $5,000 over book, which a lot of these dealers try to get. You're going to have to be reasonable as a dealer. Take a little less profit, but you'll move cars. You'll get customers. We got to keep those payments low for 2022. We know there's not a lot of cash around right now. We're not going to try to grab $5,000-$6,000 out of your pocket. If you owe $16,000 on a trade that's worth $5,000, you're hearing it all over town, come see me. That's Allentown, that's Wilmington, Camden, Trenton, Atlantic City. I don't care where it is, downtown Philly, West Philly, North Philly, Southwest Philly, all over. Millions of people out there. I just want to get a small piece of the pie, and here we go for January. This is going to be the first sale of the year, and it's going to be, hopefully, one of my biggest sales of the year in January.
I like that.
All
I
right?
like that. Start off right.
I'm going to be here. You come in, ask for me. I will sit with you, and I will make sure that you leave in a car at the price you want to pay.
Now, Steve, All that we just talked about is what we like to call setting the table. But it's always the stuff that you do that goes above and beyond that makes it all cook. Obviously, the inventory is huge.
Yeah.
Obviously, the banks are huge. Obviously, the fact that we talk about if your credit's been accepted, come see Steve and get accepted. We talk about that.
Yeah.
But the other things you do, the extra sizzle, helping folks out, maybe give them a little extra stuff, that's what makes the difference. And Steve, as we look at January, what do you got in mind?
Well, right now, what I'd like to do, like I just got through saying, I think cash up until tax time. And this last week of January, I know nobody's received their checks yet for their tax time.
No.
We'll worry about that in February. But right now, for January, as little cash as you have to put down, I think that's going to be important to you. So what I came up with, and Greg and I talked about it, and I talked about it with my people, I said, what's the number one deterrent when people come in and try to buy a car? They said, well, Steve, the bank comes back and says they need $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 down.
Whoa.
And they always start at $2,000. I said, well, in most cases, if the customer was to put up $2,000, can we, 80% of the time we get them in a car.
That's great.
But they don't have the $2,000.
Oh.
Okay, so take this scenario. They owe $15,000, $16,000 on their car. The car's worth $5,000 or $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, whatever it is. There's still $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 that aren't accounted for that we have to pay off to get the title for the car to satisfy the lien on the car. So the new bank starts fresh with you and not with another payment out there on another car and burden you with 2 payments. So I came up with, I think it's a great idea. I'm going to put up the first $2,000 for you.
Put your money where your mouth is.
So all you got to do is come in, put your car keys on the table, say, this is what I owe on my car. Steve says he's going to get me out of it. Also, Steve said he's going to put down $2,000 for me. If you make all that happen, I'm a buyer, and I'll buy her today.
No doubt. No doubt.
And when my income tax check comes in next month, or whenever it does come in, you keep it.
Hey.
You got a car with no money down.
Using your money.
Using my money, not yours, and you can take that income tax check and do what you want with it and still get the car of your choice at the payment you want.
Now, Steve, so it's really this easy that you come in here to the Auto Outlet of PA between now and the end of the month, and you're going to give folks their first $2,000 that they can use toward the purchase of another vehicle. Maybe they have money. They can use that to reduce the price too, can't they?
You can use that to reduce the price. It's your money. You can do what you want with it. Guess what? I had a person do a week and a half ago. Put the $2,000 on the table. I just assumed, which I shouldn't have, that I'm going to just take $2,000 off the price. He said, Steve, that's my cash you told me, right? I said, yeah, it's your cash. Give me the cash. Hold on a second. You don't want to use it to put down? Bank approved me with $0 down, you told me. Good point.
Yeah.
So you're right. That's your $2,000.
So he walked out of here $2,000 to the good.
He got a car and $2,000.
Hey, that's a good day.
And I paid off his trade.
So it's really this easy to come in here to the
It's
Auto
that
Outlet of PA,
It's
and you're gonna help him out with that first $2,000 down.
Absolutely.
That, Steve, really gets things off on a great note. Now, what about those situations where, okay, they owe $16,000 on that car, okay, and their car's worth $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. They obviously have the $2,000, which helps.
Yeah.
Can you still get them out of that car?
Yes.
Wow.
Because right now, with the prices on these trades that you folks have, what you remember to be a $2,000, a $1,000, or a $3,000 car is now a $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 car.
Really?
Yeah. The price of merchandise, as everybody knows, I've heard people in the grocery stores, oh my God, and I heard a lady the other day, I was standing next to her, we both went for this pound of bacon that we were going to get, right? And I said, oh, you eat that bacon too? She goes, yeah, it's pretty nice. I said, oh, yeah. He says, I know you from somewhere. I said, I don't think I've ever met you, ma'am. She says, you're just the deal guy. I said, you're right, I'm just the deal guy. She goes, my aunt bought a car from you when you were at the Chevy store on Roosevelt Boulevard. I said, well, that was over 3 years ago. She goes, yeah. So we got to talking, and she goes, you know what I've noticed? And I said, I know what you're going to say. I noticed the same thing. This bacon used to be for £1. I'm not going to mention the name of it because I don't want to do any free advertisements. $5.49 a pound for the bacon. That bacon now was $8.29.
Whoa.
it went up $2.50, which if you look on a scale, that was about a 30 to 40% increase
That's
just on
huge.
bacon.
That's huge.
And why?
Phew.
Pigs don't cost anymore, right?
Maybe to feed them.
Maybe to feed them. Everything has gone up, and I think everybody out there, you shop every day for different things. You've noticed the things you buy on a daily basis have gone up. That is the same thing with your trade. Your trade has gone up tremendously. Most dealers won't tell you that, but I'm here to tell you. I can put more in your car now than I did a year ago, than I did 2 years ago. I can tell you a dozen stories at my Nissan store where people 2019 bought a car. They traded it in 2 years later, 30,000 miles, and the car was worth $4,500 more than when they paid for it.
Whoa. That's crazy.
That's nuts. Remember, I got you first. $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. No cash, no problem. No matter where in town that you've been rejected, you know at the Auto Outlet of PA, you're accepted. And remember, I buy cars, I sell cars, and I'm going to give you your first $2,000. It all ends at the end of the month. And you know me, Philly, just do the deal. And for my family to yours, may God bless.
Now, Steve, during this time, not only do you have the first $2,000 to get them going into that next vehicle here at the Auto Outlet of PA between now and the end of the month, but what about those folks that, you know, maybe have some tougher credit situations? Are you still able to help them?
60 to 70% of all the cars we've sold is with a 580 FICO Beacon score. However you want to call that score, they got 40 different names for it, but it's a score that the banks kind of go by a little bit. You know, and a lot of the things matter too, but that scores where everybody starts. And 580 or less, 60, 70% of those scores is what them 20,000 cars. So you're doing business with somebody that understands that world. And you have to. You just can't walk into every dealer, 0%. I can get you bought no matter what. Bankruptcies, divorces, blah, 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 blah. And then when they get you there, I'm sorry, you need 10 grand down, you need 5 grand.
Tap on the shoulder, the old tap on the shoulder.
Yeah, the old tap on the shoulder. And I didn't know you had 1 or 2 repossessions. I'm sorry, and your 3 payments behind on the car you're currently driving. Blah, 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 blah. All right? Come see the guy that knows what he's doing. You get over here. I got a better than 80% chance of getting most of my customers approved somehow, some way. We'll work it out. I'll sell the car no matter what I got to do. If I got to take more money off it to fit the bank's needs, whatever I got to do, put more on your trade. That's what counts today. The bank wants to make sure that investment that they have with you for the next 5 or 6 years, or however long you finance it, 4 years, whatever the deal is, they want to make sure they're in an equitable position. That's all it boils down to, and that's where the $5,000 and $10,000 down comes from. And then when you tack on a $6 grand negative equity in your trade, upside down, you're in the water or you're in the soup, whatever they call it. They have 1,000 different terms for that too.
Underwater.
All right, 6,000. Plus the bank wants to be behind the book. There's another 4 or 5. Now they want $10,000 or $11,000 down. Let's get rid of all that and let's make sure. And then we've got yourself to contend with, which is the most important. Banks are important, but you're the most important because without you, the bank can't lend money. And without the banks lending you money, I can't sell a car. So we all got everybody's interest in heart, and I know you want to be around $350, $400 payment, okay? I'll do the best I can to get you in a payment that's comfortable for you. We know you're going to tell us what you earn. We're going to tailor-make that payment to what you earn to comfortably make those payments, because as long as you're making those payments and you want to upgrade a couple years from now, who are you going to come back and see?
Going to see Steve.
The guy that got you the car, that got you started again.
And Steve, when it comes to all these goodies, what do you like to say to that?
Philadelphia, just do the deal. Remember, I got you first. $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. No cash, no problem. No matter where in town that you've been rejected, you know at the Auto Outlet of PA, you're accepted. And remember, I buy cars, I sell cars, and I'm going to give you your first $2,000. It all ends at the end of the month. And you know me, Philly. just do the deal. And for my family of years, may God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, it is a new year, but great things are happening here at the Auto Outlet of PA, 1515 Bristol Pike, right here in the heart of Bensalem. Between now and the end of the month, ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to miss out. Why? Because not only at the Auto Outlet of PA will you find the best selection ever, probably the biggest selection Steve has ever had at this dealership. But the bottom line is this: he is making it really easy to get the vehicle of your choice. Why? Because Steve, between now and the end of the month, is putting his money where his mouth is. We say, well, how's he going to do that? Well, listen to this. He's going to give you not $1,000, but the first $2,000. That's right, the first $2,000 toward the purchase of another vehicle. And Steve, it's not just another vehicle. You have right now, as we just alluded to, fantastic inventory. There's no space on this lot. That's amazing. Giving them the first $2,000 toward the purchase of another vehicle is absolutely fantastic. Couple that with giving people way more for their trade than ever thought possible, and you're even buying people's car. If somebody has an extra vehicle laying around, you want to see them. You want to pay them top dollar for it, don't you, Steve?
I can go right back here right now. There's 15 cars that I bought in the last 10 to 15 days of people that just had a car hanging around. They didn't want it. They had the title. Even a couple of occasions, like the truck that I bought a 2018 Chevy Silverado LTZ, 18,000 miles, which I'm kind of toasting around the town myself right now. It's a beautiful truck. Guy said, hey, at that time he said something about his father passed away. I said, sorry to hear that. God bless you. Father passed away. Father left him his truck that was free and clear. Oh. And that was a brand new 2018 or 19 full-size Ram pickup. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was a GMC Denali pickup diesel. And he said, I'd much rather have that truck for free. Can you get me out of my loan and buy my truck? I said, absolutely. And
so you bought it?
It was over $50,000. I said, here's the check. Give me the keys. I applied for the title with the bank. Bank sent me the title. I got a beautiful truck in stock right now for a little over $50,000. That rides, that brand new truck's $80,000. LTZ2, sunroof, heated, air-cooled seats. Every option that Chevrolet has to offer in this truck, I bought the truck from them. So I'll buy a $1,500 car. I'll buy a $15,000 car. I'll buy a $50,000 car. I'll buy any car that you got.
Now, Steve, not only are those things going on, but here at the Auto Outlet of PA, not only going to find a great selection of inventory, you're not only going to get the first $2,000, but you're also are going to get the help that you need. Because let's face it, Steve, putting people in a vehicle sometimes is a little bit of work, and that's where you and your team shines. Obviously, one of the keys to that is having the banks.
Yeah.
A lot of folks, only have a 1 or 2 trick option for the banks.
Yeah.
You have many banks, which gives folks many opportunities to find a match that's going to work for them.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about the banks and why that's important.
Because we have 20, 21, 22 banks. And the banks that I have charge anywhere from 3% up to whatever they have to. But they offer 3, 4, 5%. A lot of the used car dealers around town have banks, and their banks don't offer those kind of rates. Their banks start out at 18% and go up to 22%.
Whoa!
So when you go in there and you ask, okay, I'll buy the car, we agreed on the terms, what's my interest rate? They're going to tell you it's going to be 18 to 21%.
And you hear that,
they
you might
don't
want to run
have
out
a
the
bank
door.
that'll offer 3 to 4%.
How do you do? How come you do?
Because again, not that I'm bragging. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Like some days you wake up, you're the bird, or you can be the windshield. Okay. In this particular case, hey, I'm the bird. I'm the bird today.
Hey.
All right. But it's because I'm a new car dealer. I've got new car financing for all you folks. Okay. That's where it comes in. We're able to stretch on a loan. We're able to get a little bit more advanced for you folks. That if you're a little bit of negative equity, instead of, say, the bank wants to lend, certain banks, when you go to used car dealers, they'll give you $16,000. My bank might lend $18,500. Now watch. Take 18%. $16,000 and 18%, your payment's going to be $425, $450. That same loan, even if I was to get you not even 3, just got you 8% or 9%. that loan's going to be 3.25%.
That's a big difference.
Right. So not only am I getting a bigger advance for you to buy the car, I'm lowering your payment. You may be borrowing more because my bank will advance more and charging you less of an interest rate.
That's a good deal.
It's a hell of a deal. Remember, I got you first. $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. No cash, no problem. No matter where in town that you've been rejected, you know at the Auto Outlet of PA, you're accepted. And remember, I buy cars, I sell cars, and I'm going to give you your first $2,000. It all ends at the end of the month. And you know me, Philly, just do the deal. And for my family to yours, may God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, not only do we have the best opportunity for the banks here at the Auto Outlet of PA, but you're going to find we are here to get you down the road. And there's a lot of ways that it can happen. Obviously, to get you down the road, you need to have a great selection of automobiles. And Steve, right now, the selection, we don't always talk about the selection, but as we look around right now, it is amazing. I mean, you have all the makes and all the models. Here at the Auto Outlet of PA, I'm not sure how you've been able to do it, but you have a fantastic selection of those cars, trucks, and SUVs. And the fact is, not only do you have them, but you're going to put your money where your mouth is by giving folks at home the first, not $1,000, but $2,000 down. That's right. Between now and the close of business at the end of the month, Steve is going to give you the first $2,000 down toward the purchase of another vehicle. That's right. Get started off on a great foot. Come here, find the vehicle you want, and get ready for Steve to advance to you the first $2,000 toward that purchase of that vehicle. But Steve, the selection is absolutely fantastic. It really is. I mean, we look around, we've got the Kias, we've got the Nissans, we've got the Chryslers, we've got the Volkswagens, we've got the Cadillacs. I mean,
I've got
Infinities,
Mercedes, I've got BMWs, I've got a Lexus GX 460 over there. I guess it's the 4Runner, they call it on steroids, loaded black, tan interior, dual panel roofs. I've got the selection of Highline cars. I've got the selection of mid-range cars. My cars range anywhere from $6,000, $7,000 all the way up to $50,000 or $60,000.
Wow.
And everything in the middle. I've got to have cars that suit everybody's fancy. I've got Jeep four-wheel drives. I've got GMC, like this one here is a GMC Denali.
Yeah.
Sunroof, leather, entertainment center in the back, heated air-cooled seats. Cars, a hell of a bargain. It's $25,000, $28,000, $29,000 automobile. Book value on that car is $34,000. These are the cars that I'm going to present for the January sale. I'm telling you, I'm going to move inventory. I'm going to start my year off right for 2022. There's no COVID at AOP, okay? I'm starting off the right way. I'm going to blast through this year. I'm not going to let anything get in my way, and please don't you. Let's continue on the path of success. Get yourself a new car. We certainly, after a couple years of this, you deserve it. I deserve it. My team deserves it. But let's get going, folks. I want to help you get into a car. I want to sell you a car. Bring your family. And remember, we have over 20,000 people and within the sound of my voice right now of where Greg's shows reach with the stations that he's buying. All the way to Allentown, to Wilmington, my God, Atlantic City, Camden.
They know you throughout the entire Delaware Valley and Lehigh Valley.
Listen, I've been pitching just do the deal for a lot of years. You know who I am, all right? You know you can come over here, you buy a car with confidence. We take care of our folks. We take care of our cars. We don't sell you a bad product. I'm going to make sure that the car's in good, dependable situation, and I'm here every day. Just come down and see me. I'll let you in on a little secret, folks. You will drive out in an automobile, I promise you.
Not only are you going to come here to the Auto Outlet of PA and find the car of your dreams, not only that, are you going to get the credit help you need. You're going to get out of your trade no matter what the case is, because Trade Amnesty is alive and well here in Bensalem. But in addition to that, all those other things, he's going to give you the first $2,000. $2,000 toward the purchase of any vehicle right here at the Auto Outlet of PA. So if your credit's been rejected, come here to the Auto Outlet and get accepted. Trade Amnesty's rolling, inventory's rolling, and Steve, the banks are rolling, all these things together, and the bottom line is the money is here. Steve's got the money to give to you the first $2,000 toward the purchase of your vehicle, which is great. Your income tax check isn't here. No problem, no worry. Why? Steve's got your first $2,000 to get you going, to come up with the money that the bank may require. In some cases, the bank says you don't need any money. But if that's the case, then you're going to walk out of here $2,000 to the good. If they need a little money, well, guess what? Steve's putting it up for you, the first $2,000. And Steve, I just can't help but think that is one of the things that the end of the year that you put out on the table that folks really responded to, and is we go into the beginning of the year, let's face it, it's a little cold outside. You know, the virus has spiked a little bit. You know, people get a little nervous, but they hear $2,000, and when you hear about money and somebody helping you out, what's the first thing you think? The first thing you think is, I want to check that out. So if you need a car, you'd be crazy not to come give Steve a swing right here at the Auto Outlet of PA. Why? He's got the first $2,000. That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line, is the $2,000. And remember, if I can't get you financed on a car in this city, nobody can. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I live and die by one thing and one thing only. I buy and I sell cars, and I just do the deal.
He buys, he sells, and he just does the deal. Now, Steve, these offers that we're talking about, these programs, if somebody has currently been told at another dealership, we can't help you, can you help them here at the Auto Outlet of PA?
Absolutely. Now, listen, I'm not going to sit here, folks, and tell you that I got a 100% track record, because then you know I'd be lying to you, and I'm not going to lie to you, okay? But what I will tell you is that nobody will try harder to take a swing to get you into a car and get you into something that you're proud of, because there's nothing, and I've said this over years, and I haven't changed my tune on this one. I enjoy, after 40-something years of selling automobiles, everywhere in this country that I've been, I've sold cars. I've gotten to where I've gotten to today because of you, and guess what? I'm not going to stop doing what I do. I'm not going to disappoint you. I've got an 80 to 85% shot of getting you into a car that you want at the payment you want. Remember, I got your first $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. No cash, no problem. No matter where in town that you've been rejected, you know at the Auto Outlet of PA, you're accepted. And remember, I buy cars, I sell cars, and I'm going to give you your first $2,000. It all ends at the end of the month. And you know me, Philly, just do the deal. And for my family to yours, may God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, the $2,000, the first $2,000 is a big part of it. That's right. You need a car and you don't have the cash? No sweat. Come on down to the Auto Outlet of PA. Steve's going to hook you up with the first $2,000. You say, what's the catch? What's the catch? What's the catch? There is no catch, but you have to be down here to the Auto Outlet of PA between now and the close of the month. When the month goes from January to February, it's over. But in the meantime, we invite you to come on down through the 31st of the month right here to the Auto Outlet of PA. And here's what we're going to promise you. Get out of your trade no matter what the case is. Get the financing you need. Why? Because if your credit's been rejected, come see Steve and get accepted. And ladies and gentlemen, Steve will say it to you. He says it to us on the TV. He's here to buy and sell. That's all he does, and he hooks you up with the first $2,000. Great deal. Remember, it all ends at the end of the month right here at the Auto Outlet of PA, 1515 Bristol Pike, right here in the heart of Bensalem. Minutes from you in the great Northeast, minutes from you in Delaware, minutes from you in Atlantic City, minutes from you wherever you happen to be watching us, from the north, the south, the east, and the west. We are right here, right smack in the middle of the Delaware Valley. Now, Steve, before we say goodbye, I know you have just a couple of words to say to the folks.
Here's what I want to say again. Thank you for December. Thank you for a great 2021. I appreciate it. My family appreciates it. I hope you appreciated the cars that we've sold to you. And I want to just tell you, never stop believing in the good Lord. And from my family to you, may God bless.